Geelong can make something of this. Ablett in front and a mark, if you don't mind.
Kick to centre half forward. Ablett.
His kick inside 50. Huge pack of players. Ablett
taking that mark.
They just work.
Goes into the square. Lovely kick by Mitch. He's played it. Have to have another look at this.
He's hurt himself too.
But the leap was sensational. You wouldn't have seen a better leap.
In the goal square. Oh, it clears Brownless and Ablett. Here's Gazza, the great man. Left foot snap. Oh, Jimmy!
Kick towards centre half forward. Ablett's in front. Strong mark. Wonderful mark. Ablett wasting no time. Around Hamilton. Goes inside 50. Gets his second goal. Magic leaves the ground. Ablett couldn't take the mark. Oh, he's a light, Gary Ablett. Look at this. Here is the magician at work. He shoots towards goal. What more can you say? Good team, the Hawks. Very disciplined. Flanagan now doing the ruck work against Deer. Ablett over the top. Snapshot by Gary Ablett. This is close. Oh, it is mercurial stuff. Again, down towards full forward. Trying to take it away was Hickmott. Almost finds Ablett and he goes. What play? And here they go again. That's what happened. Bairstow to Ablett. Oh, what a mark. Started on the bench. We're down to 10 seconds. Colbert. And the mark is missed down there by Barnes. Right on the boundary line. Tudor. He will kick after the siren. Oh my goodness me.
There were 2 seconds on the clock when Ablett took the mark.
There is no justice in football. That was the look on the face of Michael Martin, the master all day, and this game will be remembered for this kick. Gary Ablett, 5 metres out. Any score will do. Geelong are in the grand final.
Welcome to the Magnet Podcast, episode 4, live show. How is everyone today? There was Gary Ablett, some great highlights there. It brings back a memory of the, I think it was 1992 footy trip, where the Royal Hotel had a promotion. It was a free beer until Ablett kicked his first goal. And I think he kicked the goal in the first minute of the game. So the free beer didn't last too long. Before I introduce my fellow guest here tonight, I also want to mention that tonight's show is brought to us by Major Tom for your live streaming, podcast, editing, marketing, social media for businesses and influencers. Get on to Major Tom. We're also going to have a chat to him tonight about an upcoming event that he'd like to spruik along. That is why we're sponsoring the show tonight, so we can have a chat to him a little bit later. So just an overview of tonight's show. We'll be catching up with current player Jesse Odell. We'll be giving him a call. We're going to share a demon tale with a very special guest. We've got a new segment tonight. We've got Bisho's bets. So we're going to have a chat to Bisho to see what's going on in horse racing. The carnival has switched to Queensland this year, so we'll have a chat to him. We've got a best 22. Thanks to Barebum again. He sent that through. Anyone else that can send through a best 22 would be great. I just put a little post up there to say, what about best 22 of brothers? So I was thinking, we've got the Fannings, the Renmans, the Moons, the Foots. There's been plenty of them at height, so maybe someone can get together and think of a team of brothers. We'll be taking our questions from the audience. We don't have a joke of the week. Dave's still missing, so hopefully we can get that up and going in the next couple of weeks. And we might also try and give the hairy chef a call. He's not with us tonight. He's not away for personal reasons, so we might have a chat to him later on the night. But I'd like to introduce Slater. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good?
Know what I mean?
Yeah. There's one.
Yeah, there's the first one.
What have you been up to?
Yeah, not too much. Just enjoying your guys' work. It's been great. Great for the coaches, the rest of the community to, handball a bit of the lifting, and you guys have just picked it up and really excelled it, and this is exactly what we need in a time like this, so it's perfect.
And that's the idea. So it was really introducing the current players to get to know them, which has been great. So I've learned a lot as well. So we're starting to get to know what the new players are all about, which is fantastic.
Yep.
But we're also trying to bring the older players back into the fold by telling a few stories and hoping they'll, come together in a difficult time to keep the club going. So it's going to be a really difficult time going forward. So. And also to reach out to the communities, give sponsors a bit of a plug, and trying to get everyone to buy local, and also getting their message out there of what people do in the community that are associated to clubs. So if you do have to choose a product, we can choose someone that's associated to club and give some business back. So it's pretty important.
Yeah, it's starting to grow some real legs. It's been enjoyable. A lot of guys have been contacting me, and they're either watching it the day after as well, after hearing some good feedback. So it's really starting to grow legs, and we'll see what more we can do.
And that's another reason as well. So we cut it down to an hour show. Is time on the train, is time after work where you just want to chill out and watch something. That's the reason why we're doing it as well. Have a bit of a laugh. Is the main reason we wanted to get it going.
Yep.
So So I wanted to have a chat to you tonight about before we start getting to the show itself. So a little bit about. Behind the scenes, what you're doing at the moment. You did mention to me how much it costs to get a team on the ground and all the work you do in the back. Can you tell me a little bit more?
Yeah, well, I'm only sort of new to the whole seeing the money sides of things and the costs of things. So it's still, it's still mind-boggling to see how much it costs just to get a team out in the park, and league fees, etc. I used to always sit back and puppet running around trying to get fees off people and making sure you paid for your reverse draw ticket and bits and pieces, and to actually sit back and see that money doesn't just go into the players' pockets, it goes into just playing league fees and your trainers and bits and pieces. So it's a huge eye opener, and it really makes you think about or how important sponsors are and certain things like that. Just even $500, $100 here and there. Even just a bloke coming, spending $100 at the bar on a Saturday. Every single bit counts. So it has, opened my eyes to why Puppet was running around like a lunatic, and Jeff Weinberg and Pete Uren as well, Potsy, all the guys, trying to chase up dollars, and used to sit there and go, come on, not people have much money, but you need it, and it's scary.
And as I said before, times are going to get a little bit tougher. We're actually probably going to see some carnage with local football. Some clubs that were doing it tough before this has happened are going to do it even tougher. It's great that we're trying to get the message out there and trying to get everyone involved and behind us. One of the initiatives that you did create, which has been fantastic, has been bringing all the past players back into the fold. And again, this show was a little bit about that as well, to tell some old stories and reminisce some really good times that we had, because things were a little bit different back then than they are now. There's probably a bit less to do than all of us came down the club, because it was what was local and what we knew, and all our friends were here. So tell us a little bit about the past players that you've set up, but more importantly, tell us a little bit about what you'd like to set up going forward. I know you have mentioned a little bit about getting some more people, some volunteers involved to help to build maybe sort of like a database. I know we've talked about, we have past players days, and a thing I guess I mentioned to you the other week was, should we sit down and sort of draw up a little bit of like a constitution where we're going to say, well, the money that we raise from the past players, can we sponsor a couple of players? Can we put some money back in the community by sponsoring some young kids that probably can't afford their fees, their footy boots, their gear, that may not play football, but because of the past players, that we can get them out on the ground and look to bring those kids and families into the fold. And who knows, when they turn sort of 16, 17, when they have to choose a senior club, that they come down the heights, or do we look at getting juniors up and going again one day?
Yeah, that's straight back on the juniors one. That's definitely a long-term picture that we want to do, but in doing that we have to start way back at the start where you mentioned. So the past players, we started off just as a Facebook page. I think there's 240 odd members on that, so that's a lot of past players and family and friends involved in that page as well. So that's a good start. The past players days, it was pretty much once I sort of gave it up. I thought, well, you know, that's something I can help with because they connect through the years with a lot of past players. So we started that, and there was huge interest straight away, which was surprising. Guys, even I think I got a few messages from you, and I had never met you at the time. You know, guys from your age era just putting in, saying, I think we should do this and do that, and you know, and that's awesome. That's the feedback that I didn't expect at all, and you know, it's slowed up a little bit, but we really need to get a few more guys to put their hand up. Obviously, almost a past players committee would be something that you drum up, whether it be 4 or 5 guys that happy to, you know, even just talk over the phone. Doesn't have to be come down to the club and do stuff. It's just over the phone, a few text messages and a few ideas, and make sure the past players days. We had a couple of good ones a couple of years ago, but then it sort of fizzed out a little bit. It's usually the same 20 odd. I think we had a couple where we had 40 odd, which is, that's what you want to get, 40, 50 plus. We had a few guys that's still playing at different clubs as well that still came down after their games, so that was good fun. But yeah, we really want to make the past players a huge focus because we know that Chelsea Heights was predominantly based and still is based very social. We're a very social group of people, and you know, we love to hang out and have a drink together and have fun. So why not? You know, whether it only be one game a year. Ideally, I'd like to have 2 past players days, but I guess if you have one early enough and people enjoy themselves, you know, guys might take it upon themselves to say, let's get down to 3 or 4 home games. I know everyone's time poor these days. I'm starting to find that out with the 2 young ones as well. So, you know, my time's going to be starting to get chewed up as well. So I need people to, you know, sort of, come in and say, hey, let's, you know, even if one person can do one thing really well, that's all we need. So that's how I see it. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. So, and I think more about once the draw comes out, get that communication out early so people can sort of rearrange what they've got on, and maybe get a set dollar membership fee that we can pay every year that helps the club. And those guys that can't come down, the past players, they live in a state, international, whatever, maybe we could have a reduced fee of a past players membership where you don't not attend the past players functions, but you still contribute. Yeah,
that's why if we can get a small committee together to sort out things like fees, whether it be $60, $100, $40, something, you know, a group of guys can sit and talk about and say, well, this is where we want to put it, and things like heading down to the primary school with some of that money and say, look, you know, we need some water boys, water kids, you know, mix it up between a couple of grade 6s, grade 4, whoever it is, and just bring their parents down and just build that connect. And, you know, we can put some of the money from the past players group into the, you know, getting the kids some lunch and some drinks and that and lollies while they run some water for the boys, and then build that connection with the community. So it's a long road, but you know, with, you know, whether it only takes 1 or 2 extra people, you know, I think we're heading in that right direction.
So we're putting it out there. Any of the past players out there, any of the current players, anyone in the community that didn't play, if you want to get involved, well, get in touch with us. We'd really like to get that set up, and not only set up, we want it to be long-term, ongoing. We want everyone to know that they're welcome to come down here whenever they want to come down. If they've got a Saturday free to come down and watch the game. If it is past players, catch up with the mates. I'll put it out there for next year that the under-17s premiership, that all the guys that played in that will be 50 next year. I'd love to have a reunion to catch up with all the guys. I'm looking straight at the photo right now. It'd be fantastic to catch up with all those players.
Yeah, I think we had a few reunions lined up for this year, which would have been good. Which it's still not off the cards, but it might have to be sort of organised on the short and sharp. But I'm pretty sure we're pretty handy at pulling a few guys together pretty short notice, so we'll be right, I think.
Yeah, sounds good. Codge, are we gonna have a talk about Major Tom?
Yep,
we are. So tonight's show is sponsored by Major Tom, and I'll pass it over to Codge. He's got an event coming up.
Yes, I have got an event coming up, JR.
Now, what is it?
The event, what we've done is, everyone would know with the virus what happened. I lost a lot of my clients, so I had to come up with a new way of getting new clients. We started a new company with live streaming. I've been doing live streaming, and now we've got a Festival Hall in 2 weeks' time. So basically I'm bringing a live concert without people straight to your living room. So what we've got at the moment is the Badloves, what's going to be playing. I'm just going to bring that up now. So as you can see here, we've got the Badloves on Friday the 29th of May at 7:30. So you can stream all this to you. Now I've got 7 cameras, you can have it on Zoom. As you can see, it's $13.20. And then on Saturday night, we've got INXSIVE as well. Not
INXSIVE.
INXSIVE. So they're going to be on as well. So it's like, if you get a chance to help us out, that would be really good. So what I do here, my real job is live streaming. We're trying to do live concerts. If you've got the chance to support us, there's going to be links in Facebook notes. That'd be really good if you support me. I'd be over the moon, to tell you the truth. And remember, you're going to have 10 people at your house or your front yard.
Yep.
Stream it for $13.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Anyone organising a dinner party or anything on an event this week, you can live stream that with your friends. What will it be, about $2 each, if that?
If that. And that would help. And that would help me out.
each.
But the whole idea is we're doing exactly the same as a live concert. So we've got the right lighting, the background, everything. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That should be good.
Something totally different as well.
Yeah.
But that's the end of me. Nice to be on. Love to always the screen. But, now I'm going to leave you guys and I'll be quiet again.
You've done well. We appreciate what you've been doing.
Yeah. So get amongst that. I don't know if you still got the slide up there. So it's Friday night and Saturday night. He's getting it up there again, I hope.
Yeah, there it is.
The new slide. So if you can get amongst it, $13.20, get 10 of your mates. My maths is pretty bad. You can work that out, Fighter.
No, I'm not.
$1.32.
Don't go there.
$1.32. Con just told me. And he failed maths. So
No, I didn't.
That's how well I'm going. $1.32 each if you get 10 of your mates together. Look, stream it in, get some beers and get amongst it. That'd be fantastic. And help out Major Tom. Be fantastic. We're almost ready for our first guest, so I'll give you a little bit of a background about him. We've got Jesse Odell on joining us tonight. He joined the Heights in 2016 after being recruited from Chelsea. Surprise, surprise. They all come here.
That's where we all come from.
Yeah, he's played 59 senior games and 2 reserve games. He was the club co-captain in 2018 and 2019. And we're also going to have a chat to him about his business, and he also employs a fellow player as well. Is it Luke?
Lukey, little Greenie, yep. He's been smashing the runs out too during this pre-season.
Has he?
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, so we'll just see if we can get him on board.
You want to keep talking?
Yeah. Let's wait for Jesse to answer.
He does.
He could be working.
Hello.
Hi, Jesse.
G'day, how you going?
Not too bad. Yourself? How you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Sorry, I'm just printing a couple of things.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks very much
Give
for
it.
joining us tonight.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Just wanted to ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give your business a plug as well, and a little bit about your family and what you do for Cross, etc. Go for it.
I'm 28 years old. I'm self-employed for business name Odell Electrical. So if you need any electrical needs, give us a holler. I went to Morty Alley College for a little while. Stayed there until probably the start of year 11. Left not long after that, and I've been working ever since.
Cool. And you employ another fellow player here as well, in Luke?
Yeah, I've got young Luke Greenie on board. He's definitely a bright, good kid. A hard worker. And I've got also little Lockio Bernie, a bit of a sight for sore eyes sometimes, but got him working away every Wednesday doing a school-based sort of apprenticeship thing.
Excellent. And your business, what do you do? Just everything electrical, or you specialise in something, or?
Nah, pretty much whatever I can get my hands on, really.
Yeah, so both commercial and consumer sort of products as well?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we mainly do domestic just because the size of the business is small. We do a lot of property maintenance, which has been pretty busy lately with everyone being stuck at home, and then we do a whole range of things. We're pretty fortunate with the clientele that I've got up my sleeve, but yeah, work. There's not too many jobs I knock back.
No. Oods, how are you, mate?
Hey, not bad. How you going?
Yeah, good, buddy. Just a quick one. We obviously built a bit of relationships, got to know each other a bit better last year. Really, first time really sort of getting to know you and how you went about it, and you were massively impressed me how you went about it, and one of the main ones we made sure had to be around this year after a disappointing year last year. We spoke quite often after some of the losses, some of the hard training nights. It was a tough one, but I've got a question for you, mate. Now we all know Bully and the coaches are listening, so it's a new coach, new season. You were all going on past reputations, but what position do you think you would tell Bully that suits you? And you have to tell him what suits you. It's not you don't ask, you tell him.
Me, I think I'll just be happy with a spot on the ground next season. I'm pretty easily pleased. I don't mind playing half-back of late, just because not a defensive half-back, more of an attacking half-back. I like sitting back and just watching the game unfold, and then I can attack if I need to. But I'm probably not the best lockdown defensive player, to be honest.
Sounds very much like myself back in the day. I was all good going forward, and there's plenty of people yelling to come back, and I couldn't hear them for some reason. Come back,
exactly.
You just can't hear them. It's selective, isn't it?
Bit of a wind tunnel down there. So.
Yeah. And do you like it also when the sort of you get the ball around the sort of half forward flank when you've drifted forward? You've got to have a ping, don't you?
Yeah, you flick the switch, mate, and you pull the cannon and have a crack.
Yeah, you do. And then you go back and tell the half forward how good you are.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Just try and lead the way a little bit. Just don't give him too much advice, though. Just keep him pretty quiet.
So I've got another question for you. So following on from our chat from Joel and Gary last week, so tell us some players you're looking forward to playing with, and a few guys that you actually like just hanging out outside of football as well.
I think all my mates have left the footy club at the minute.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty close with all of them. I'm pretty excited I used to play with Gary back at Chelsea. He was an instrumental leader off field for me. Got definitely on footy trip. He kept me well out of trouble. So I'm looking forward to having a round with him again, and obviously pretty excited to see what Ripper can do. He's obviously goes in pretty hard because he's my age and looks about 35. Rob and I did our apprenticeship together growing up. Pretty much taught him everything he knows, so if I can apply that in the footy field next season, we should go a bit further.
Excellent.
Now, Jota, Damien Hardwick said during the week that this year's premiership will be one of the greatest due to challenges that we've been through, obviously, with all this stuff going on. One, do you agree with that?
Oh, of course, mate. He's a smart man. You can't coach his side to finish 13th on the ladder and win a flag next year after. Made me a very happy man in 2017.
Yep. And how hard mentally has it been just to obviously come off the year that we've had, then the excitement building into the season, and then to have this sort of bring it to a bit of a halt?
Yeah, I guess in that aspect it has been a little bit weird because I pretty much had checked out of footy after last season, just with work and my body, and I didn't have heaps to give, but the club's worked extremely hard to regroup and regather a lot of momentum, and obviously Bully's been a huge part of that, and knowing Bully and just what he brings to people. I haven't really seen what he's done as a coach, but I know he's a good person to be around, and I'm sure he can steer the ship in the right direction. But I was sort of just hitting, like my excitement peak was just about there after we had that practice game up at Carrum, and then it comes to a grinding halt, and I sort of feel like I've gone back into semi-retirement a bit. I haven't done a great deal of exercise since we have pulled the pin, but I guess in that aspect you get all built up ready for an exciting season, and then all this sort of stuff unfolds. But I haven't been taken too hard by it because there's a lot of worse things going on out there, and I guess a lot of people losing their jobs and if we can't play footy for health reasons or whatnot, then I kind of support that.
Yeah, very well said. How did the body pull up after that game?
Not too bad. I can't remember a great deal now. I don't think it moved around too much. It was pretty. It was definitely a practice game, that's for sure. There wasn't a great heat behind it, but yeah, looking back, I can't remember a great deal. Probably was sore. I'm always sore.
And finally, do you have any superstitions, any pre or post games rituals that you try to follow yourself?
Nah, not a great deal. I've always just worked before football because I've used that as a distraction, really. Just keep my mind off things before we play. I'm not really. I've got to answer my pants. I can't really sit still for a great deal of time, and especially sit still before a game of football. Not the easiest thing for me. So I've just always been working to it as long as I can remember.
Loves it.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I get what you're saying too about taking your mind off things. There's nothing worse than sitting around waiting for a game and playing your game before you run out in the field.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for joining us.
That's right. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, I'll sure I'll see you on the job site soon.
Yeah, how we running out there?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Plaster is done up top. Plaster is done up top. You'll finish most of downstairs tomorrow, mate. So yeah, we'll see you out there soon.
So Jesse,
boys
give us a plug. What's your how do we get in contact with if we want any electrical work done?
Well, just help find my phone number. I'm sure that my phone number might be spread around. You can post it on the Facebook page.
Yep.
If you like it, I am in the process of working with DM. He's been helping me a little bit and guiding me towards a bit more of a marketing situation. We're working on developing a website and social media page, etc. So once that's up and running, I'll get the club to spread the word, and then I won't be hiding very well. It'll be easy to find me.
Excellent. Oh, we'll get the word out there, of course, because like I said, we're trying to, emphasise the shop local. So if anyone needs any electrical, get in touch with Jesse, and we'll get that number up for you. Okay.
Too easy. Sounds good, mate. Thank you.
Worries. All right. Thanks very much for your time tonight.
See you. It's
my pleasure, boys. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. Okay, thanks to Jesse Odell. Another quality person. Fantastic. Spoke really well, and looking forward to seeing him out on the ground.
He's
fantastic.
He's a great leader.
Yeah.
Great
Not
leader.
only that, and he's employing a couple of the boys.
Yep.
And his business as well. It's
and
really
another
cool.
ex-Chelsea guy
Yeah.
coming over and thriving,
Yeah.
as we like to see.
Yeah. We're got a new segment here. We're gonna do Bisho's bet. So we had such a great chat with Bisho last week. He told us a couple of great stories, especially about the greyhound. And look, I knew Nobby and Ola back in the day. I can imagine this greyhound laying on its back on their bed, all fours up in the air, just getting comforted, and wondering why the greyhound couldn't win a race. So we're gonna give Bisho a call, and he's gonna have a chat to us about these best bets for this week. We might try and have a couple of bucks on him and keep progress of how he goes. I've made up my own little betting company. It's called Smut Bet. It's after the great Smitty, who was the great punter of the footy club. We'll see if Bisho answers here.
Hello.
Bisho, how are you?
Hey.
Yeah, it's Grant from the Magnet.
How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. I've got Thwaiter here as well. He's going to say hello.
How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. Good.
We thought we'd get in contact with you. We had such a ball with you last week that we continued, and we want to have a chat to you about. We're starting a segment called Bisho's Bet. So, what we're going to do, we're going to ask you each week. We've got you up here in one of your special suits as well. You'll have to watch it later and have a look. We've got you in your special suit. We want to get a best bet each week and in each way. I've started my own betting company. It's called Smut Bet. It's after the great Smitty. I'll tell you a little story. I told you about Smitty the other day. I used to watch him in the Melbourne Reserve. He'd play full back with the balls up the other end. He'd be looking at the scoreboard, checking the race results. He also was the bookie at Morty Alec Chelsea High School. I kid you not, when he was 18. He was running around taking bets. So I've started Smut Bet, and Smut Bet's up and running as of tonight. And
beautiful.
We're gonna take some bets with Smut Bet. So we're gonna firstly ask you how your push-up challenge is going, mate.
Oh, mate, she's been... I'm getting pretty good at it now, but day one, and I was pretty sore. As you could tell, I was only doing half push-ups, but I'm getting there. I think I'm up to day 12 tomorrow, so, but you know, I'm that lazy now, mate. It's killing me. I'm that lazy, I get an Uber to check the mail, mate, from the letterbox. My arms are killing me. Anyway, it's for a good cause, mental health, so I'll just keep going at it.
Ah, that's excellent. And you still out having a surf?
Yeah, mate, went for a surf today. Yeah, I'm going tomorrow, yeah, so it should be good.
Life's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, mate. Yeah, tough at the top.
So we're switching to the we're getting into that time of year where the racing is crap in Melbourne, and we're switching to the Brisbane Carnival. Like I said, there's still a few nice races around in Sydney. The Adelaide Carnival's finished. It's a little bit looks a little bit different this year in the Queensland Racing Carnival due to the COVID-19. Can you send us into a few bets that you like this week, and we'll have a look at them and we'll track them along for our listeners out there.
Yeah, well, because of the wet tracks and that, then I was sort of Brisbane's a really tough card.
Yep.
They've got the Victory Stakes on, and I think the winner of that goes straight into the Stradbroke in a few weeks. But you can throw a dart and still, pick the winner out of that. But I've left that alone.
Yep.
But my best bet, the best bet in Sydney from the Mail is at Royal Randwick.
Yep.
It's race 6, number 10, called Miss Einstein.
Miss Einstein, yeah.
It's a bird, mate. It'll be winning. Don't worry. You go and rob and steal and cheat, go to your glove box, get all the money you can under your seat of your car, put it on. It will be winning.
Yep.
And the best each way bet is in Brisbane.
Yep.
It's race 5. He's got a few convictions, this horse, but race 5, number 2, Defence Missile. It's $11 and $2.60 to place. It's down in class. And it'll give you a great run for your money, because I think it's a good track that they're back at Eagle Farm, which they haven't used for 2 months. But it'll go real well, mate. It should be in the finish.
Yep.
And of course, the greatest horse running on the weekend is called My Horse.
Yep.
Salsa Dreaming is running it, of all places, Mudgee.
And I believe, can you tell me, is that Chris Lees that trains your horse?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I've got a couple with Chris.
Yeah, he's a good trainer. Very good trainer.
Yeah, good trainer, mate. I've got a really good one by Schnitzel. It's only had 2 starts for a 5th in a listed race, and then at 1 went shinny. So you'll be hearing... I was hoping to bring that up to the carnival, but it's a bit shin sore, but she's in the paddock. It's only a baby, so it goes real good, that one, so we'll keep her eye on that. But at Mudgee, race 6, number 1, Salsa Dreamer, mate. That's our horse, and he should be winning. He's got to carry a bit of weight, but I reckon he'll do the job again. He won last start easy, so we'll see how we go.
Okay,
so tips, mate.
Yeah, that's so it was race 6, number 10, Miss Einstein, and just get whatever you can. Sell your car, whatever you can get on it.
Sell your everything. Sell your house. You sell your house, and you know what you do? You win another house. I'm telling you.
So, Smart Bet's loving this.
Yeah, they're smart.
Smart Bet's loving this information. They are. We're just gonna put it all on Miss Einstein, and then race was it race 5 in Brisbane? Defence Missile.
Yeah, Defence Missile each way. That's an each way bet. It's good odds.
Yep, and then you put your beer money on race 6, number 1 at Mudgee.
Yeah, just probably put a can on Fan of mine just in case, because it is at Mudgee.
It is at Mudgee, but
6, race 6, number 1, Salsa Dreaming.
Race 6, number 1, and we can that'll get us our slab of beer for Saturday night.
Well, easy, mate.
Easy. All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us tonight, and hopefully we can catch up with you next week. And we'll keep a tally on how we go. So we'll try and have a couple of bucks on them and see if we can keep it going. Keep the punters club going.
If they go no good, I probably won't answer the phone next week. So we'll see how we go. They'll be right, mate.
Well, good.
We'll be right.
Thanks very much for your time.
Right.
Cheers, Bisho.
Yeah,
cheers.
Thanks for ringing.
Thank you.
Care,
thanks, bye.
Bye.
That was Bisho with Bisho's Bet. There you go.
Yes, Smart Bet.
Sponsored by Smart Bet.
Yeah.
We love our Smart Bet. We've created our betting company, Smart Bet. So any betting companies out there that want to sponsor us or want to get Smart Bet up and going, we love it. So it's sponsored by Smart Bet. I love the great man. We're ready to spin the wheel for our... You want to spin the wheel, Pointy? Wait up. We're ready to go here.
There it is.
Here we go.
I can't do the
Here we
sound.
go.
I'm not a sound.
Not a sound person?
No.
And can you believe it? It's yourself, mate. We
How'd
don't have
that
to call
happen?
anyone.
How did
You're
that
right,
happen?
How's that happen? There we go.
Yep. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for the insight into a little bit about the background of the club. I was quite surprised when you told me about all the cost and everything that's associated.
Yep.
Keeping the team going, and also about the past players. So hopefully we can get some people together. Like you said, 4 or 5 people, or a few people to get that up and running. We'll get a database together. Maybe we can do some mail outs. Get a figure out there each year, and hopefully people, it's just a standard membership that everyone can pay. Come down our past players, have a couple of free beers and whatever it is, a sausage or
that's it.
Whatever, a free feed and a couple of beers, and enjoy everyone's company. It'd be fantastic.
Yep.
So I thanks for joining us tonight. So I've got a few questions for you tonight, and just quietly, I have been fed some information by a Neil Lockhart.
Yep.
He's given me a little bit of dirt on you.
On your pup. Yep. As he would.
Yeah. So before we start, we've got a sponsor who is on their way. Here we go.
This hasn't been sent down by a puppet as well, has it?
Hey?
Set me up.
The car has rolled up. Here we go. He's coming along here. It is Domino's Pizza. You beauty. Pizza and beer. How good's that sound?
Yeah,
so we've got
sounds
Domino's.
Good. Yeah, sounds good to a lot of us.
It's the Patterson Lakes branch. Thanks, guys, from Domino's. They've dropped off a pizza here for us.
2, actually.
2 pizzas.
2 pizzas.
That's Frankie, is it?
Yes.
Thanks, Frankie.
I just got Frankie.
Thanks, mate. And I believe this Amanda is the owns the franchise. So thanks very much for Domino's Pizza and dropping that off. Anyone else that needs a pizza, as you can see tonight, he's got the gloves on. It's non-contact. It's a COVID-19 special. So thanks very much to Domino's. And Codge is already into it. Here we go. He's done his Delvine Delaney here. Yep. Price is right. Here we go. He's even going to try one. Come on, put that in your gob. Let's see your bone now. Let's see this. There we go. And as if you need it, mate. Look at that. Come on. There we go. He's loving it. He's loving the Domino's. Thanks to the guys from Domino's for doing that for us. And he's brought it down to us as well. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
We can have a bit of pizza each. Thank you, Frankie. So back to you, Spider.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. We've got
couple of deals.
A couple of deals here as well. So as you order, we've got some deals here. Everyday pizzas for $5, large pizzas for $10, 3 large pizzas for $29.95, and the sides and that. So
mention the footy club down
there. Mention
there.
the footy club. You do not know what sort of discount you might get. So look at Codge. He's gonna stop all this. We're gonna get nothing. So thanks to Domino's, and I'll stick those up there as well.
What pizza is this?
So are you currently eating the chicken and bacon ranch?
Oh, fantastic.
Chicken and bacon, beautiful.
The other one that you have is the Mega Meat Lovers.
Mega Meat Lovers, I love it.
Oh,
love
mate,
it.
looking forward to that.
First question, Fader, are you a vegetarian?
No.
How lucky is that? No, okay, so thank you for joining us. I've got a few questions for you tonight.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, family life, etc. What you do for a craft, time at the Heights.
Yep.
How you got involved with the committee as well? So what made you get behind the scenes after?
Yep. Well, a little bit about me. I Chelsea Heights local, I'd say. Chelsea Heights Primary School. Yep. Went to Parky High with a lot of the others. Good friendships with Brad Lockhart, who's a pretty well-known name around the area. Played all my footy at Chelsea, junior footy, under 18s. I'm married, 2 kids, beautiful wife Rebecca, who lets me out to do this sort of stuff, and I'm sure the kids are at home. Well, don't know what Henry's doing. He's probably not sleeping, but he'll be doing something. I'm a carpenter. Been a carpenter for 14 years.
Oh, the trade of Jesus Christ.
Yes, exactly.
Give the business a plug. Who do you work for?
Inhabit Space, Rowan Harveston, local builder through sort of the Beaumaris area. We do a lot of mostly extensions, renovations, but that sort of stuff. So it's good work. I came down here as a water boy in 2001, I can't remember what it was, with me mate Dimmer, who's James Norton, who plays out here as well. With Brad Lockhart, that's the connection, and we used to run water, collect our hot dogs, can of Coke in between the games, and then went and played Chelsea under 18s or whatever, under 16s at the time, and so that's pretty much how I came. Then I came here as a player, and on the committee, it's pretty much just been through the past players. I thought I'd help out with the past players, and then that sort of eventuated into doing a lot more than what I expected I'd be doing. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy the people, so it's good. It's good fun.
Yeah, and so we'll start the demon. We've got the demon tail quiz, which we drill everyone with.
Yep.
So, like I said, I've got some dirt here from the puppet, so
Yep.
get ready for some tough
Yeah, righto.
questions.
Yep.
All right. Well, first one's an easy one, but I always ask this because everyone's got a different opinion of this question. So, best player you've seen at the Heights?
Best player I've seen. I've seen a couple of good ones. I've sort of crossed through sort of two eras really. There's that I caught the first couple of years were under Hagen, so I got to play. So I'd say in that era, I'd say Hagen and Scotty Crow, probably the best player I've seen play here. Yeah, just good to be out in the field with a guy that just can do what he can do, and just the little things he did. Even at training, I was a back pocket. He used to take you, training would finish, and he'd say, "It's wait till down to the goal square and get a few kicks out," and he'd ragdoll me, throw me around, and do a few things to teach you what you should be doing and should be expecting as a young fella. So Scotty Crow definitely was someone that you looked up to, and then Hagen, just the way he just did everything that he did. He just led by example. Whether if you're in trouble, some bloke was roughing you up, Hagen come through and help you out. So that was awesome. And then the next era would probably be, when Flacky took over. I would almost say Flacky and Ash Roberts combined. Just great blokes on and off field. And Ash Roberts, just a leader of whatever he did, just up in the air, taking pack marks again. Ruckman, just smart, knew the game, and just you would direct you around the ground. It was really good playing in the same vicinity as Ash, seeing how he went about it. My old man used to always say, keep your feet, but he used to see how Ash Roberts used to do it, and he spent a lot of time on his ground, on his knees, and still managed to do some good stuff. And Flacky just pure. His ability in and out of traffic and win the ball and deliver it down to the forward line was superb, and a great coach and great leader. So for me, they're the four that stand out by a mile.
Yeah, excellent. So next question. So true or false? So I think you might answer this.
Yeah.
You were a water boy back in 2000, and your nickname was Bobby Boucher.
Yes, Bobby Boucher. Yes, that was the nickname. Blokes. I think Scotty Crow and all that sort of branded me with that one. Robbie Mallet and stuff like that. So Bobby Boucher was the name. Yeah, as I ran water, and then all of a sudden I showed up during pre-season, joining in, and then played the practice game. I think we were playing down at Warrnambool. Yep. And Hagen came up to me on the bus and said, "I'm going to play in the ones," and I said, "Oh, okay," and in the back line, and I think I sort of went backwards into a power, cleaned up, and it was a free kick to me, and I thought that hurt a lot. And Hagen came up and said, "If you keep doing that, mate, you'll hold your spot." And I thought, well, it's a bit of a price to pay, but I'll see how I go. I've got a free kick out of it, so and just enjoyed my time ever since. So it was good fun.
Yeah, it's good. And I believe you've done some coaching down the Heights as well. So I wanted to ask you what your highlight was of your coaching career, of short stint that you had.
Well, I helped get the under-19s going again. Mikey Roberts, Ash's younger brother. I played under-18s with Mikey at Chelsea. We got the under-18s going, and we weren't that successful. We had a lot of characters, a lot of good blokes, a lot of guys that like to enjoy themselves off-field as well. So that made the on-field a little bit hard. But I just got in contact with a past player under 18s, Jacko Fry, before the show, just to touch base with him, and he sort of helped me through a few of our highlights together, because they were very few and far between. But there's a couple of them. We beat Dingley twice in a home and away season, which was a great scalp for us. We had we had a lot of They were good players. We had a lot of good players, but just string 4 quarters together was generally pretty hard, especially against an outfit like Dingley. But we beat them at our home and beat them away as well. We had a couple of big wins. I think we had a 161 point win one game. I think Jacko Fry may have kicked 18 of them.
Yeah.
And there was another game. I think. 2 young blokes, Jacko Fry and Erish kicked 12, I think, by record, and Jacko may have kicked 8 or something as well. So my highlights are just seeing them guys develop. In a struggling, we're coming up against some teams that were quite well established as a junior club. So just string what